We open on the preparation for the latest town event, where Miss Patty regales the audience the tale of a love story that ended in tragedy. On a completely unrelated note, I'm sure, Dean and Rory have come to the realization that their anniversary is coming up, and so Dean wants to celebrate.
3 months from your birthday, that's when I gave you the bracelet, and that's when I figured this whole thing kind of started.
The only trouble is, said celebration would have to happen on the Friday, which means getting Friday night dinner off. Rory goes to Lorelei in the hopes of getting her to persuade Emily to give her the night off.
I have to get out of Friday night dinner.
Ah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Mom.
Do you know how much Emily Gilmore will not care about your 3-month anniversary?
You're not even going to try to help me?
Oh, no, I'm going to try to help you, because I care.
And surprisingly enough, Emily does say yes. Is this a sign of character growth, or is there a more nefarious purpose? Well, you have to find out in a little bit, as we have to focus in now on Lorelei's main plot for this episode. The rest of the town seems to really be in a sort of romantic mood with the event going on, and it's driving her quite insane. Also, she almost dies.
I was almost crushed by a papier-mâché star. How's your day?
Well, it's looking pretty good now.
Can nobody talk about anything else with this stupid festival? It came out a lot louder than it was supposed to, didn't it?
As a result, she ends up bonding with Luke, who hates all of these town events. So, I imagine this is going to bring them quite close together, and how long is this going to last before something gets in the way of them potentially getting together?
Hey, how's it going?
Rachel.
Rachel.
Well, that's a record. Yep, that's right. Rachel has returned, and I could have sworn that whole episode dedicated to discussing her was purely coincidental. After several years of exploring the world and trying to find herself, she's decided to return and wants to make amends, and hopefully, if there is a relationship still between them, that it could potentially be saved. Now, you may be thinking that this potential relationship would really annoy me, given how I've talked about Lorelei and Luke as a couple, but honestly, I think I really like this subplot. The problem with these potential hookups that we see in season 1 between Lorelei and Luke, on their own they're fine, but one after the other it can get quite frustrating, them dragging out the will they won't they aspect. So having a more semi-permanent block to them getting together is much more appreciated. At least then it's for a couple of episodes it's off the table rather than just introducing new one-off blocks.
I wanted to see you. I don't know what else to say.
I missed you too.
And also, Rachel's just a really likeable character. I can see why she and Luke would want to try and save their relationship, even though Luke was upset and was thinking of moving on. It's clear from that previous episode and this one here that they still do have feelings for each other, and it is worth exploring that relationship if there is still something there between them. Plus, she has a really strong relationship with Lorelei, and the two develop a friendship, and she'll end up impacting elements of the status quo and change the trajectory of the show in a significant way. Okay, now we can go back to what Emily was planning. With Rory out of the way, she decides to invite a potential suitor for Lorelei, who is so narcissistic and boring that even Richard can't stand him.
Is this a setup? What? Connecticut Ken in there? Is he my invited escort for the evening?
Things are only made worse by Emily as she shows her controlling and lack of faith in Lorelei.
I can get my own men. Really? Yes, really.
I must disagree.
You must?
Tonight, your daughter is celebrating her 3-month anniversary. What was the last relationship you had that lasted that long?
It gets so frustrating for Lorelei to the point that she decides to bail, but before she can run off, she's caught by Richard, who, unlike the previous episode, is a lot more compassionate, and we get to see an actual nice moment between the two of them.
Emily, she's not up here.
Thank you, Daddy.
But now, of course, it's time on to the main event of the episode, that being Dean and Rory's anniversary dinner. And it starts off pretty strong, with us getting to see the positive side of their relationship. And it seems that things just seem to get better and better as Dean presents his main event for the evening.
You're building me a car?
Yeah, no, it's gonna take a while, but when I'm done, it'll be great. Do you like it?
Do I like it? Are you kidding?
This would be a perfect, nice way to end the episode. But unfortunately, as much as I praise Gilmore Girls for subverting a lot of the melodramatic tropes of these types of shows, every now and again it has to partake in said tropes.
Rory?
Yeah.
I love you. Well, say something.
And this leads to what many consider to be one of Dean's worst moments, and we get to see the more negative side of their relationship.
You don't love me.
No, I just have to think about it for a minute.
Think about what? This is not something that you think about, Rory. This is something that you either feel or you don't.
Lorelei returns home, while also rounding off her part in the Rachel and Luke subplot, which I kind of skimmed over earlier. She briefly tries to call Max, who's slowly going to become important again.
Rory? We just broke up.
And so ends Star-Crossed Lovers and Other Strangers. Despite the fact that we're almost at the end of Season 1, this story has done a lot to shake up the narrative and will impact the rest of the season going forward and the entirety of the show. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already to really help this channel. Turn on notifications. Like and comment your thoughts on the episode below. And you can find and follow me on Twitter here. And I'll see you next time for The Breakup Part 2.
One meatball to go.
Thank you.
You want to explain the meatball?
It's a mother-daughter thing.